Sorry I'm late.
I thought they fired you.
No, I just had a doctor's appointment. Turns out I have AIDS.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it kind of is. Hey, say, why don't you call your mother and let her know too? Good evening, and welcome to USC Update. I'm Jonathan E.
And I'm Parker Lambert. Here are tonight's top stories. The university has recently started working on a $210 million housing expansion that will replace Bates West. I only wish that Bates West could stay around a little longer because I haven't yet gotten to know any of the millions of mold spores who live there, so it'll be sad to see it go. At least we'll still have McBride, which only exists to train the crime scene cleanup majors.
In news that people should discuss more, student loan debts. The national student loan debt is steadily approaching $2 trillion fucking dollars, with families taking out second mortgages and working 3 jobs per head to cover the interest bill alone in an attempt to send their child off to make a better life. There seems only one man willing to take on the fight head on. Jeffrey Bezos is willing to buy out all of the student loans for every student across the nation. All he asks for exchange is their utter brand loyalty and long-term employment under repetitive working conditions for a minimum of 60 years. Talk about the illusion of choice.
Russia has launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Putin has released his invasion schedule. It is as follows. In a few days, Russia will capture Kyiv. In a few days later, Russia will be very close to capturing Kyiv. A few days after that, Russia will be very close to re-entering Ukraine. A few more days after that, and Putin is confident that Russia will succeed in retaking Moscow.
A recent published scientific report conducted by an international team consisting of over 700 researchers of 46 nationalities that took the better part of a decade has concluded that yes, in fact, global warming is real. And it is primarily being caused by human industries and the unsustainable practices of the largest economies of the world. A shocking correlation between the CEOs, lobbyists, and captains of industry who have shown no remorse and have paid no attention to the very real and catastrophic global ramifications underway is that they all were once business majors.
A report by the BBC shows that some people are abandoning their smartphones and returning to dumb phones. I'm not giving up my smartphone, but now that I know it's okay to call things dumb again, I feel safe saying that, Jonathan, if you were to take an IQ test, the state would put you in a home.
Have you ever been called an asshole? Well, studies showed that these few simple steps can help you get into the right mindset to stop those annoying as fuck tendencies that make everyone not want to be around you. The first step is hygiene. Take a shower, you repugnant shit kicker. You make the whole block smell like an underside of a rotting dog carcass. The second is attitude. Stop thinking you're hot shit because your parents can afford to have you waste their money on a degree you're likely to never receive or ever use in any practical field that will provide any benefit to the human race. The last one is to not be Parker Owen Lambert.
Kanye West has recently been banned from the Grammys for acting like a little child on the internet. Kanye West is now the world record holder for oldest person to learn that actions have consequences.
Another desiccated body has been found on the lower levels of Thomas Cooper Library. The cadaver was found surrounded by several other similarly dried out smaller rodents. The cause of such a horrendous death is still unknown, but whatever cult that sacrifices down in the labyrinthine mazes of the library should really do a better job at cleaning up after their mess.
Last week, Drake donated $1 million to the LeBron James Family Foundation after winning it big on a game of roulette. What great news for our gamblers out there. Remember, you're always only one bet away from being rich beyond your wildest dreams. Keep gambling. Keep gambling. Keep gambling.
The on-campus student political group Turning Point USA had recently made a statement saying they would be in favor of including a literacy test as a part of the student body government elections. This statement was subsequently revoked and scrubbed as they probably realized that a literacy test would render them all unable to vote.
A Russian commander was recently interviewed following an attack on several Ukrainian hospitals. "We didn't mean to do this," he said. "We're awfully sorry. Next time we'll attack the schools like we meant to."
A recent documentary reveals the rich and underlying history surrounding the Capstone Elevators, from the construction back in 1897 as a quarry elevators for the state all the way to the present day. It really shows how a good quality American-made product can go a long way.
Congratulations to Michael McNeil, the ROTC student with the highest GPA. Congratulations, McNeil. You worked hard for that 1.2.
And now whether or not Parker can tell the weather or not hinges on whether he can determine whether or not I'm asking him to talk about the weather or not. Parker?
What?
Talk about the weather, dumbass.
Oh. The pollen is making my allergies flare up, and my underwear is being soaked by either rain or sweat or urine.
Thank you, Parker.
In a last-ditch effort to get them out of their dorms, all computer science majors have free admission to the zoo this weekend. This would be the first time that a living thing would be more out of place at the zoo than the animals in captivity.
Bates Dormitories makes headlines today with the release of their most recent health inspection. After a careful yet extensive 12-week excursion through that disgusting miniature-scale reproduction of a Victorian-era slum, the sole surviving inspector gave the dormitories an F in health and safety. This being the highest score Bates has received on a health and safety evaluation in USC history. Every year prior has been condemned in big bold letters and red ink.
As I'm sure many of you know by now, Will Smith smacked the shit out of Chris Rock for making fun of his wife's hair. This leaves us with only one question. Will Smith Smith or no Will Smith?
Doors versus wheels, a debate that briefly infested every section of the mainstream internet for a fleeting moment. Well, a group of philosophy majors have come down to a final, satisfying conclusion. It doesn't fucking matter. Go do something productive.
Putin plans to curb entry to Russia from what it deems unfriendly states. This is like getting invited to Jonathan's birthday party and then suddenly getting uninvited. Like, I wasn't going to your shit party in the first place, dude. Fuck off.
On behalf of USC Update, our production staff and crew, and the larger body of Student Gamecock Television, I would like to cast a spotlight upon a very special someone. This person is a well-known bastard and stain on humanity. In recent times, he has seen the sharp decline of his already negative public opinion, but he refuses to throw in the towel of his complete farce of a career. Through only the most Machiavellian of schemes and ploys has this man achieved any level of success. This person is, of course, Parker Lambert, who in fact did not win the ugliest rat-toothed, pasty, dumb-as-rock, shit-kicking bastard on campus, but was instead named stupidest, slack-jawed, filthy, pizza-faced, knuckle-dragging mouth breather on the cast here at USC Update. Not only did he not win, which he never does, but he also won by unanimous vote to receive this title against me! How's that for a consolation prize, you worthless fuck?
Well, that covers all we have to report on tonight. Thanks for tuning in.
And join us next time when we talk about green journalism. Is it better for the environment than yellow journalism?